Yes, lads, what is going on? And welcome to season 4, episode 1 of The Running Irishman. In this episode, and yes, I did say season 4, episode 1, because this is the opener of season 4. And kind of in this episode, I'll be talking about why that is. I'll be talking about kind of things that have been going on in my life within running, and a few other things kind of outside of running, just to kind of give a bit of an update. Obviously last Thursday there was not an episode of the podcast, and that was because I started school last week. So I kind of took that time to get, settle into school. Kind of, even though you usually have the same routine most years in school, obviously I'm leaving cert year this year, so have to study and whatnot. So I kind of wanted to settle in a little bit. Didn't want to have to worry about kind of anything externally. So, you know, that is exactly what I done. All kind of settled in now. I will be looking to get loads of guests on. About 30 guests, because that's kind of the average number we've been hitting for each season. So yeah, I will be looking to get more guests on this season for probably just hopefully once a week. As I said, I do have studying stuff to be doing due to me doing my leaving cert, but hopefully I'll be able to bang out a few episodes. And Joshua Peters, hello running, hello Joshua. Obviously this is in the chat for everyone watching this on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify or any podcast app. Links down in the description or in the show notes to the Running Irishman one, twitch.tv/, the Running Irishman one, to watch every episode live. And so hopefully I will be able to, put out a good few amount of episodes this season. I'm thinking of doing kind of more vlogs and stuff. I'm thinking of doing maybe like really really soon doing a day in the life of like injured student athlete, kind of that kind of video that you kind of see floating around like running YouTube and whatnot. Just kind of see what a day in the life, because since I started doing the vlogs on YouTube, I actually haven't like recorded kind of days in life in school. I've always been off school, so I think that'd be kind of good. A few more reviews, and hopefully, as I keep mentioning, banging out a few more episodes of the podcast with guests as much as I can. And a lot of episodes like this, kind of update episodes until I'm back running, and fit again, which obviously we'll be talking about in this episode. So yeah, that was kind of just a little bit of a quick introduction. Season 4, no episode last week, and kind of trying to get back into getting the guests on and whatnot. So do go give me a follow over on the Run Irish and the official Instagram link in the description or in the show notes, because I do put up kind of boxes where you can ask me questions, or you can put in your kind of suggestions and who you'd like to see on the podcast. So, Gavin, Billy, you killing alright, Gavin? How are things? You can put your suggestions in that box for if guests you want to see on the podcast. So, do give me a follow over there. So, as I said, I did start school last week, which was grand. It's all the same. But the other thing I started was physio, and you probably saw that in the title. But yeah, I did start physio. For obviously my knees and my Achilles. I'm not too sure if I've mentioned my Achilles in the past, since I've started talking about my knees. But if I haven't, I'm also injured pretty badly in my Achilles now. So it kind of just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. What I have is called Achilles tendinopathy. That's the word that the physio was using the other day. And kind of what it is I'm pretty sure it's just kind of like Achilles tendonitis. Where kind of I'm putting load on the Achilles. What he said was is that your Achilles is meant to be straight, but he thinks mine is kind of a little bit like misaligned to either like the left or the right. I think the left, because it's kind of moving inwards. So then when I'm putting load on that and when I'm running, it's putting strain on it, and it's flaming up. And yeah, it's that's practically what's happening, and it hurts really really badly. It hurts, the pain, and it's on both of my Achilles, and the pain is worse on my Achilles than it is on my knees, especially like if I'm just quickly jogging somewhere, if I sprint up the stairs, or if I do kind of small little sprint or something. um it hurts really bad. It flares up, and I can't walk for a few seconds, and yeah, it's just not great at all. So I'll kind of get in depth more of what I'm doing for each injury, and then obviously my knees. So I can't remember. No, actually, I haven't done an episode of the podcast since I started the physio. So kind of I haven't kind of given you an update on my knees and kind of what it's come down to. So it turns out, if you remember in the episode a few weeks ago where I was talking about my knees, I was mentioning that it was ligaments, and it was my insoles that I needed, and it was because the high arch in my foot and everything. But even though yes, I do have a high arch, I don't think that's the main issue. He thinks it kind of like my Achilles. I'm not loading properly on my knees and on the inside of my knees, because he done a few tests on my legs, kind of like what the doctor done when I went to the doctors. Done a few tests on my legs, and I wasn't feeling any pain, I wasn't feeling any discomfort. So he then got me to do a few exercises to see how stable I was, and he got me to do like single leg squats. He got me to do single leg squats, and they were like the main exercises he got me to do. And kind of there was like two different exercises. One was just normal single leg. No, there was three. One was normal single leg squats. One was single leg squats with a resistance band, and one was like a certain movement doing single leg squats, or like star squats, where you had to like get down in the squat position, put your leg up, your opposite leg up, back, and then to each side. And what you noticed was that like my legs were kind of shaky, and that I wasn't stable. He kind of felt like I was gonna fall over, and he felt obviously I wasn't loading onto my legs correctly, which was causing the inside of my knees to flare up and get sore. So at least we kind of have that cleared up. I'm pretty sure that like this is it now. Even though the doctor that I went to first was great, and he told me about the insoles, which have helped a hell of a lot. But I feel like it's a sports clinic physio, which like most of them are. And yeah, he kind of knows more about the whole why it's happening, because I'm running, in that sense, if you know what I mean. And yeah, that kind of cleared it up a little bit as well. So yeah, that was kind of good to find out. So it was the first day when I told him about my Achilles as well. So what he done is he got me to do, obviously, as I said, for my knees. He done the test, done the single leg squats, and he gave me exercises to do for the first week. So the first week was uh single leg squats with resistance band, where I get the resistance band, put it just up above my knee. It's not like the full loop resistance ones, like the band, like the literal kind of like stretchy band. And he also got me to do the star single leg squats, where you kind of get into the position and you kind of go. So you get, just say you're in a single leg squat on your left leg, your right leg goes up behind you to the left and then to the right. And yeah, and also for my Achilles, he kind of got me, what they were like, the best way I could explain it is like calf raises. So you kind of go on the step, go up on my toes as high as I can, and then the important bit is coming back down. So I go down as far as I can, and kind of really feel the stretch of my Achilles, which I do feel works. Like I do feel like my Achilles, like when I wake up in the morning and I'm walking, like my Achilles they're not sore, but I can really feel them like really tight. So these do really loosen down my Achilles, which is good. Um, so yeah, they're the kind of two exercises he gave me in the first week, and then I went back to him in the second week, which was last Saturday. Today's Wednesday, this is going live on Thursday, but I will be going back to him on a Saturday coming. Actually, he won't be there. It'll be another female physio. Um, actually, the thing on, I'd like to get someone like a kind of, this is off topic a bit, but I'd like to get someone like, as we had Shane Finn on the podcast last week. He kind of gets people on that are like physios, nutritionists, sleep doctors, stuff like that. As well as I love having like the big running stars and running guests on, I would like to get something like that. Like obviously it will help everyone. Like if you're in the chat here, ask me a question that you want me to ask the person I have on, like the professional I have on, it will kind of inform me, and it'll inform a lot of other people out there, like things that they might be doing wrong within running or whatever sport they do. So that was kind of off topic, in a sense, but it is something that I would definitely be interested in. So yeah, the physio gave me them exercises to do for the first week. I'm going back Saturday to a separate physio. No, the same place, but the one that I usually go to won't be there. So I'm going back to a female physio, which is perfect. Last week when I went back, we were doing the single leg squats test again, just to kind of see where I'm at. And he said my stability is getting a lot better. He didn't feel like I was about to fall over. My legs weren't shaking as much, and yeah, he was kind of happy with the progress. So what he done was he took away the star squats and took away one set of the resistant band single leg squats. So I usually done 10 of the star squats for one set on each leg, and then 10 of the resistant band single leg squats on each leg for 4 sets, and then it was 10 of the calf raises, what I'm pretty much just gonna call them, 10 of them calf raises on each leg for 4 sets. So that's what it was initially, and then last week he changed it to, because I told him that my Achilles were still really really sore. He put it up to 10 reps for 8 sets, so that's 80 kind of calf raises, and I feel my calves burning because technically they are calf raises, so my calves are gonna be huge after this injury. As I say, you come back stronger, and hopefully it's not just a quote. Hopefully it is real. Um, and yeah, and then he took away the star squats, and he put in um. He got me just to do normal single leg squats, so 10 single leg squats on each leg. He took away one set, so 3 sets on each leg, so 30 on each leg. And he got me just to do he took away the resistant band for a few days. Actually, this evening I started back on the resistant band, because I was there Saturday. He said do without the resistant band for a few days, so that is what I done. I done without the resistant band for a few days, mainly because he wanted me to focus on, he wants me to get low in the squat, but he was mainly focusing on me kind of staying stable. So he said it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get down, in terms of the squat, just kind of stay as stable as you can, reduce the shaking as much as you can, and yeah, kind of focus on that more than getting low on the squat and getting the squat form kind of perfect. Even though it still is important, and we kind of just said really do focus on staying stable. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get down or how long it takes you to get back up for the squat, just try and reduce the shaking and stay stable as possible. So that's what I done this evening. I started back 10 reps on 10 reps for 3 sets on both legs with the resistant band. So what is as I mentioned, the resistant band over my knees. You pull it as hard as you can, well, not as hard as you can, but like pretty tight, and then you squat down on the leg that has the resistant band on it. So that is what I done, and yeah, I felt like it helped. The 80 calf raises are killer, but I feel like it is helping. That's kind of onto my next point is, have I seen any improvements? Definitely within my knees. Kind of I do get pains still, like when I'm sitting down, I stand back up, or sometimes if I'm just walking. But like I've been doing, like in PE in school, or just out with my mates, like just kind of like a little jog, like from just messing about or something, and they feel grand. Um, During it now, after it is a little bit iffy. So I'll get into that in a minute in terms of when will I be back. But my Achilles are still really really bad. So yeah, I do really need to keep working and keep focused on them. So kind of moving into that point now of like, when will I be back? So the physio that I was speaking to was saying that maybe this week he could see if he could do like a 5 minute jog, 10 minute walk, 10 minute jog, 5 minute walk, kind of just that, like twice. Um, not as much to get back into running and get my fitness back as it is just seeing how the body reacts. So if there's the Achilles pain at the start of the 5 minute run and it goes away, see the kind of same with the knees. If the knee pain is there at the start of the run and it goes away, if the pain in my Achilles and the pain in my knees is constant, kind of just seeing how my legs react to it, and kind of taking it from there. If it reacts well, I recover well after. I'm not in pain. I can walk. Kind of then slowly starting to get back into running in terms of kind of in terms of doing it to get back fit and to fully get back running, because obviously the season did start, in terms of our training for cross country did start 2 weeks ago now. Um and yeah, so that is that. It's not scary in a sense of the running. I'm not scared like, oh, will I be really unfit and whatnot, because I have been doing the gym and staying fit, which obviously I'll get into now in the next point. But I just don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it and kind of notice that I've made no progress at all. Like, in the sense that my knees start hurting during it or after, my Achilles flare up and the pain doesn't go away. So it's not 100% that I'll be doing doing kind of that running, jogging on Saturday or next week. But if I do, I kind of, I will be looking forward to it, because I do want to get back into it. But I can feel myself, like, and obviously I'll tell my physio if he's kind of doing it to get back fit and get back running. I'll tell him, like, look, I'm genuinely not fit enough, not in terms of physical fitness, in terms of like the pain it's I'm just not in my body's just not ready to do that. My knees aren't ready to do that. Obviously I want to get back running, but I'm not gonna rush it where maybe I'm alright for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then further down the line I'm injured again, and it's 10 times worse time. So I'll take as long as I need. When I personally feel that the pain is gone away, I will. Then I'll start back running and I'll be fine. But if I go to the physio on Saturday and they're like, look, we'll get you back running, see how they react. Okay, I'll do it for 1 or 2 times. If he goes, do that for a week, see how your body reacts. If I do it 2 or 3 times and I'm, really sore and I can't walk and it's kind of really affecting my day-to-day life, I'll be like, right, we call it here, go back to the exercises until I see the physio next time and tell him, look, my body's just not ready for that. So I am 100% listening to the physio. But, as you mentioned, getting back into running and stuff, if I do feel that my body isn't ready, I'm just going to have to let them know, which obviously, as I mentioned, is kind of the scary bit, in the sense that I don't want to start running and, realize that I've made no progress. That will just be really, really bad. But yeah, we're kind of just going to have to, wait and see what the story is. I will be obviously doing my exercises up until Saturday, so maybe I can make a little bit of progress until then. And obviously see what the physio says on Saturday. As I mentioned, I don't have the same one that I usually have on Saturday, which isn't a problem at all. I kind of just love getting back to the physio, seeing if we've made progress, seeing if kind of there's something extra that he wants me to do, something news come about that you feel like will benefit me a lot more. So yeah, kind of as I mentioned, I will be kind of doing a lot of update videos like this, in the sense that I will be letting you all know how things are going in terms of my recovery, and I'll also be doing podcasts with guests and vlogs. A vlog coming quite soon, actually. Kind of day in the life of an injured student athlete, and then we'll get into day in the life of a student athlete. I kind of that kind of leads me into the next point in terms of day in the life of a student athlete. We not just be thinking like, oh, is that just not you going to school, or just a day in your life, just like I done the day in the life of an athlete. Um, just a normal day in the life, a normal long run vlog, just without the long run. So just a normal vlog, a normal day in the life. Not really, as I said, that leads me into my next point, to the fact that I have been doing the gym a little bit. So before I started the physio, I was, doing I was doing legs in the gym. The physio told me, it wasn't harming me. It wasn't harming me in terms of my running and my knees per se, but he said kind of these exercises he gave me, which are tough, like single leg squats. Even though it's a physio exercise, it's still a single leg squat, and the same as the calf raise. Even though again it's a physio exercise, it's still a calf raise. So they are keeping my legs strong, and they definitely are kind of. He said kind of do these instead of doing leg days. So that's exactly what I'm doing. In terms of like chest, back, shoulders, and arms, in terms of like whole upper body, I've been keeping up doing core. I'm not really. I done a bit of chest, arms, and back and shoulders, kind of just to get a little bit of strength in them. But I'm not going any further with that. I don't want to kind of kill myself and ruin myself completely in terms of, my run, being able to get back running properly. So I feel like the little bit that I did do did strengthen me up, and especially my core. I will do a 45-minute, an hour cycle, and then do a really intense core routine. As you know, core is hugely important in terms of running, so that is exactly what I do. So yeah, that's kind of gonna all be incorporated into the vlog, as well as like me getting up, going to school, doing my physio exercises. I was either thinking doing a full episode on my physio exercises, or kind of just incorporating them into the vlog. And I think I'll incorporate them into the vlog because, by the time the vlog goes out, my exercises could be completely different, and then things can change. So I will incorporate it into the vlog if any of you are interested in seeing that. So yeah, I will be recording and editing and releasing that vlog very soon. But even though this isn't the longest episode of the podcast, I did kind of just want to jump on, give an update. As I keep mentioning, I'm gonna continue doing like update videos like this, where I updating you pretty much just on how my running's coming, not running, how my recovery's coming, and what the physio's saying. What point I'm at in terms of getting back to running. In terms of like getting back to sessions, that won't be for at least a month, like at least. That's it. If just say I was fully not fit, but like I was able to get back running now, I was able to start doing jogs and stuff, it would at least be 2 to 3 weeks of easy running before I can consider get back into doing sessions. That would need to be at the discretion of my coach and my physio. So that is as if I was fully fit right now to get back running. But the fact that the injury is still here, like it's at least a month to 2 months before I'm even back considering doing sessions. So saying that out loud is obviously not the best thing in the world, or not the greatest thing that you want to hear. But look, it is what it is, and as I mentioned previously, I'll kind of do whatever it takes, stay out as long as I need, until I'm fully capable to go back running. And yeah, even though I'd love to be back running with the lads, doing my runs and doing the sessions, racing is another big thing. In terms of racing this year, if I even get around to being able to race cross country, whether that's for school, whether that is for club, or even doing cross country sessions, but in terms of races at the moment, even as I mentioned, even if I get around to being able to do them, my fitness will be so bad compared to lads that have been training over the summer, that have been training all cross country season. I'm kind of sandbagging it now at the moment, kind of getting my excuses out now. But even though, like, I haven't run in like 3 months, so I suppose it's not sandbagging or really an excuse. I just won't be able to. I don't know if I'll have a cross country season. I definitely want to have a proper cross country season. I definitely want to have a good cross country season. Maybe in a month's time, I'll be doing another solo episode of the podcast, kind of talking, like, inserting this clip now, being like, after maybe the team won Dublin championships, maybe I qualified for Dublin team, but top 15, and qualified for the All Irelands individually, and I'll be looking back at this clip and going, Jesus, how wrong was I? But at the moment, it's not looking likely. Even if I'll race at all, never mind race well. Maybe if I do race for the Dublins and kind of get carried to a maybe a team title or a team qualification to the All Irelands. I don't know, but as of right now, it's not looking very likely. That is pretty much it. I kind of want to show you. Kind of, I changed around like the layout of the camera or not of the monitors. So I put this monitor vertically so you can see I have like the actual stream here on Twitch to get live updates on who is in the chat and who is watching, and I also have like the Twitch like Streamlabs up here, and right here you can see that is OBS where I kind of have everything. So I did want to show you that I did change a few things around, and yeah, I'm liking it. Especially it's very it's really nice for the podcast and having the stream up on the vertical monitor. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to show you all that really quickly. I know again this isn't the longest episode of the podcast, only about 27 minutes long. 28 minutes long. So yeah, I did want to just jump on, give a quick update. The opener of season 4. Hopefully big things to come this season in terms of guests, podcasts, solo episodes talking about I just can't wait for that episode for the title to be I'm back running. I've gotten the all clear, whatever it is. I just can't wait for that episode. And fingers crossed it will be in this season 4 of the Running Irishman podcast. And previously I did actually forget to mention this will be like the 106th episode of the podcast, which is crazy. Even though we have a few dodgy scuffed ones at the beginning of the YouTube, at the beginning of Twitch and whatnot. It doesn't take away the fact that this is like the 106th episode of the podcast, which is really cool. If I was getting 1 view, if I was getting 100 views, if I was getting 200 views, 300 views, 400 views, whatever, I'd still be doing it because it is really fun. I do enjoy. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of thank everyone for the support there. But that is going to do it for this episode of the podcast, everybody. Red Jacket, get me on for an episode. I have a 20-second marathon PB. That is a big PB. Everyone, make sure to follow Red Jacket on Twitch if you're listening to this. So what a guy, what a legend. Yeah, he's a 20-second marathon PB. I'm gonna have to fact check that if I want to get him on the podcast. But you never know. We might have a young prospect on our hands here for the future of marathon running. So yeah, lads, that is gonna do it for this episode. Kind of quick overview, season 4. Talking about the physio, talking about the exercise that I'm doing. Have I seen improvements? When will I be back? Talk about the gym and future vlogs and episodes of the podcast for season 4 of The Running Irishman. So without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.